So essentially I'm going to do a little bit of talking, a little bit of showing pictures and a little bit of live footage from the trip. What you're seeing in the background is a fly through of the first day, which was setting, well, I woke up at 5:30 in Leamington. I then got down to the train for about 8. Got the train from Leamington to Marylebone in London, and then cycled from Marylebone to St Pancras International. Then got the train from St Pancras International to Dover, and then cycled from the Dover train station to the Dover docks, and then got a ferry from Dover over to Dunkirk. And then it was actually a place called Loon-Plague, just south. It's part of Dunkirk, but Dunkirk's a big place. It took me a long time to actually get back to Dunkirk, and then cycled from Dunkirk to the Airbnb in a place that I dare pronounce, and in Belgium. And that was a long ride in the rain, and that was day 1. So I'm in the ferry port now, and at Dover, and it's an absolute ghost town. There's like nobody here, but it's beautiful weather. I'm only wearing this like winter's jacket because it was freezing when I set off this morning in Leamington, and I've just not taken it off since because I can't be bothered to repack the panniers with all the different clothes and stuff. So no, it's really good. I'm looking forward to getting on this ferry and getting over to France. Just a quick update, it's absolutely chucking it down with rain. I'm an hour and a half behind schedule. I'm in a place called Zuidekut, maybe. But yeah, this is actually quite hilarious. So yeah, another hour cycling to the place I'm going. Still cycling, still so far behind schedule. But this town is absolutely abandoned, and it looks quite busy, like decent, but no one's about. It's the morning of day 2. I woke up in the Airbnb in Belgium. I dare even pronounce the city, near Ostend, put it that way. And for some reason my phone didn't charge in the night, so I'm going to have to charge that again now. And yesterday was very drama filled. Started off with getting to Dunkirk and realising my internet wasn't working and my offline map wasn't working. So I had to navigate to get to Belgium without using any phones. So that was an absolute pain in the ass. And then as soon as I got to Belgium, my internet turned on, and that was a godsend because then I could actually navigate. So yeah, I set off at 8. My train was at 8 AM in the UK, and I got to the Belgian border at 8 PM. So it was like a 12-hour day just to get to Belgium. And then it was probably about another 30 to 40 minutes to get to this Airbnb. So it was a long day. Next stop is Bruges, but the weather forecast is horrendous. It's like over 30 kilometers per hour winds and rain all morning, so that's not ideal. So I'm gonna try and get everything packed up now and just get on the road and just see how it goes, basically.
It is absolutely, it couldn't be worse weather. It couldn't be worse. The wind's literally blowing me that much. I'm leaning off the side of my bike and the rain is coming down sideways, and I'm currently hiding in someone's like front driveway because there's a little bit of a shelter above me. Yeah, I'm just gonna have like a 10-minute break and hope that the rain slows up a little bit and maybe get a class on it. I'm in a place called Gistel, and even bloody Lidl's shut, and I thought this was supposed to be a decent town. These bloody Belgians take fucking lockdown serious. It might be a fucking hurricane happening, but it stopped raining and it's sunny. Thank fuck for that. They've got a fucking cycle path on a motorway. I rate that. Yeah, so I'm about 30 minutes from Bruges. So yeah, look down there. Don't even know if that works on video. Yeah, about 30 minutes from Bruges, and the sun's out, the tunes are going, and it's happy days. That's a sign I'm glad to see. So I arrived in Bruges just after lunchtime, and I needed food and a beer because I cannot tell you how wet I was. Like, cycling for literally hours and hours in the rain was horrendous and very tiring. But honestly, Bruges was absolutely beautiful. As I'll go on to explain later in this video, like, the square was so beautiful. The pubs and bars and stuff were also like quaint and just like wholesome, and it's a very like Belgian place. I felt after now going across the whole country, but at the time recording this, yeah, Bruges is a very cosy Belgian town or city, I should say, and yeah, I'd love to go back there one day. And yeah, as you see in the background, a few pictures. Just leaving Bruges now. And honestly, this is like one of the most quaint cities I've ever been in my life. I'm absolutely in pieces though. I've been soaked all morning, so all my clothes don't fit. Everything's all just skew with, and I really need to just rest, recover. But the plan is to cycle to Ghent now, so that's another 2 hours. So yeah, best hit the road. This road does not feel like it's safe for cyclists, but that river is absolutely beautiful, and I'm nearly at Ghent. That is a sign I am very happy to see. Now I just find the campsite. Yeah, so in the end I got to Ghent at the campsite at 7 PM and I'd set off at 9:30 AM. Bear in mind I'd done a fair bit of sightseeing in Bruges and a few stops along the way in the countryside, so it wasn't like a race there. But as you can see in the background, a few pictures. Got myself to a pub. I had like an amazing starter with these like cheese toasties with this like amazing vegetable soup and like nuts for some reason, but like that was perfect, so that was awesome. And then for like main, I had this like huge chili with nachos, and rice and a bit of salads and stuff, and yeah, that was amazing. And then I ordered a taxi to get myself home, and weirdly there was like a little landline phone out in the street, which was pretty cool, so that's why I took a little picture of that, looking a little bit sketchy, if I do say so myself there, and got myself back to the campsite, and you'll see a picture of the campsite in the next day.
So I'm just riding to leave Ghent now, and the annoying thing is you have to wear a mask everywhere in Ghent, so you have to ride with a mask on, which is absolutely horrible. But yeah, it's absolutely lovely in Ghent, and I'm having to get used to using my left hand to record with, because my left brake is broken, so I can only use my right brake, so that's not good. So I'm just packing up at the campsite, and I thought it was just worth having a look at what snacks I managed to buy today. So I've still got some squished pan of chocolates from yesterday. I've got some salami. I've got 3 energy gels from that I bought in England. I've got a tin of Coke, which I've actually still got from England, and I bought these like chocolate peanut Snicker rip-offs. So that is going to be the lunch today. I'm hoping to just get like blast out like 3 hours of cycling, and maybe just stop and get a few bits and bobs, eat a few bits and bobs on the way. But yeah, that's the bike pretty much all packed up. Just need to put the food bag on the back, and then I'm going to cycle on out of here. Next stop, Brussels. So I've just stopped from cycling for a bit to have a bit of a refuel on food. I've had 3 sticks of salami, 2 squished pan of chocolates, and a tin of Diet Coke. Not normally the most nutritious lunch, but yeah, it's just enough to keep me going. I really want to get to Aalst, which is halfway from Ghent to Brussels. So if I get there, I can have another little break. To be fair, I'm nearly there. It's just that I've actually had to go up these like major hills to get here. It's like all the way up to get to here, and then looking down that massive main road, it looks like it's mainly downhill. So I thought I'd take a break. Now my legs are blitzed, and then yeah, get back on the road now. So yeah, all good, I suppose, overall. Yeah, so I've just left a place called like Denderley or something like that. I really did not like that place. I actually really wanted to stop and put some air in my front tyre, but I was honestly so sketched out by that little city or village or whatever the hell it is that I actually just didn't want to stop. So yeah, anyway, going up some fat hill now.
Yeah, so this is Brussels now, the capital of Belgium, and I got here sort of late afternoon, and it was very, very stressful getting in because the streets are all cobblestone, and I had to push my bike up a lot of streets, but it was a really cool place. And again, a lot of Belgium, I spent very little time there, and it's maybe one of the minor regrets of the trip is not spending more time in the cities in Belgium. Kind of raced through them a little bit. But Bruges was super cool, Brussels, sorry. And yeah, as you see, I had an amazing waffle. I tested out my camera stand for the first time by taking a picture of myself with a camera stand, which I think some people maybe thought was a bit weird. And there's a few pictures of the main square in Brussels, and there is also a picture of me. That was actually, there's a picture of me and I'm outside McDonald's actually. I had to camp in there to charge all my stuff up for ages, and yeah, that cool like parliamentary style building was taken from there. And then I took a picture of this really cool like cathedral church on the way out, and then I was off to the campsite.
Been cycling up this road for what feels like forever. It's actually 5 minutes. It is so steep trying to get out of Brussels. Fuck me.
When I got to this campsite, I was so pleased because it was super cheap, and it was like a proper like homely campsite where it's being run by some like countryside locals, and like there was a little bar and everyone was just chilling, and no one could speak English and I couldn't speak whichever language they were speaking. It was either Dutch or French, and yeah, it was just a great evening, and yeah, just chilled, rang some family and had a good time.
No idea how well you can hear me because it is so windy. but I will take this any day of the week because it's nice cool weather, not too hot, not too cold, just enough to put like a fleece on and chill. And this road is so straight. I'm on this like cycle path. I headed to a place called like Lovely or Love Van or something, I can't even remember now. It begins with LUV anyway, so I just keep heading that way. And I left Brussels this morning, just outside Brussels. So the plan is to try and get to Genk today, and that's it really. Maybe get to the Dutch border, see how I feel by then. It's 4 hours to Genk, so pretty much this is just pedal to the metal for now and just try and get there. The legs were pretty tired this morning, but after getting a coffee and a panini in me, I'm pretty much good to go. So right, we've got a roundabout here. See you in Genk. This downhill does not look that long, but that uphill looks fucking bad. So I'm just leaving a place called like St. Joris Wingy or something like that, God knows. And I'm nearly getting to the place called Wanna something. Anyway, I kind of came to a realisation leaving that place that it's such like a small little village in Belgium, and I just feel like the standard of living, the minimum standard of living in Belgium is just so much better than the UK. Like, it seems like the lowest of the low here have still got fairly affluent life. Like, there's no like crappy buildings in every place I've been to. They're all like nice houses. So yeah, that's my little thought of the day whilst I'm approaching the way to Ghent. Genk.
I simply had to include this because I was cycling through the deep Belgium countryside on my way to Genk, and I stopped at this place because it had a bit of a quirky vibe to it. I thought I'd stop here and get a drink, and honestly I was absolutely blown away by how cool this place is. It was called like Huis van Mem, which means House of Mem. God knows what Mem means, but it was honestly incredible. So as you can see from a few pictures here, I had like an iced tea, I had a pizza, and then afterwards I had a coffee that came with like a little waffle. And I cannot say enough how it was legitimately the best iced tea I've genuinely had in my life. And this sounds ridiculous, but genuinely the best pizza I've ever had in my life. And I went to Italy for a week and a half later on in this trip, and that was genuinely the best pizza I ever had, was at this place. And I've linked the website on the screen because their video on their website is super cool and gives you a really good vibe of the type of place this was.
might have had a few beers, but this is a bloody decent way to ride back from the pub to your campsite.